Shock versus Boston. You give him a 9.5%. Look, they added Mag. Mag's pretty good.
Well,
Matt, does that not bump up a few?
It's also tough to add somebody in the middle of this.
This comp can be fairly stally, but you do really need your Junker Queen to be on point to activate that stall. Kilo also ends up falling down, and the rest are to follow. MCD dies to a little Bowie knife there, but all good. Boston Uprising, find the replay. Exactly the same, the overhealth building up. Boston Uprising still have a little bit more, but the late blade from Proper's good. Mag first target is dead. Valentine to follow as he gets the reset straight to the back, helping Kaluj clean up. Boston Uprising, you know, 50+% on the board. You're definitely happy with that. Getting
The same exact spot that they came into that fight with, and that's going to be a rampage from Mag that connects to 3.
Oh yeah, pretty confident going into that fight. They know they can just speed past the bridge and hit him with the rampage. Oh, nice little boot from Fate. Sends Kilo over the edge, but the Shock is still holding on to this fight somewhat. Proper is still alive, but with the speed boost of Faith and Mag just charging forward, the commanding shout. A little bit difficult for the backline to stay alive, but scrappy as ever, the SanFranciscoShock managed to hold on. 10% to go. And
You're going to get a touch from Valentine to trigger OT.
yeah, he does get knifed though, unfortunately. Skewered. Blade from Proper still activated. He pulls it. And I mean, that's just round over. Not much else you can really do. SanFranciscoShock had both support ultimates coming into that fight. MCD had the rally at the very end. And the Boston Uprising's hopes for round number 1 cut quite short, like mine and Matt's height. There's the overclock. Beat to match. Proper's blade's been pulled, so both DPS from the Shock now out. But Kilo still managed to find a kill even through that beat. The Boston Uprising have the rally. MCD activates, but Victoria and Mag are pretty low still. Victoria used that shift to get all the way back into his own backline, but Kaluj just piling on that pressure. That rampage through the entirety of the Uprising, and with 80% and counting, the Boston Uprising
On Mag being able to build up this rampage, and then
the
Valentine
blade.
getting a huge blade.
Oh! Completely denied by Proper. Nice kiting there by Finn, and Violet activating the speed boost, and the SanFranciscoShock speeding down the road.
She can really be punishing, and I think catches people off guard a ton with being able to land like rail shots and just like insta kills when people don't expect that to happen whatsoever.
Man, Proper's going on these little wild flanks. They were not even flanks really, he's just off to the side, and then when anybody gets pulled in, he just goes for a dash on top of it. Nice little team kill there. Though, gonna push Proper forward, he's not scared any longer. Goodbye, Mag. MCD's rally. Yeah, rally's pretty decent at stopping the blade if you can build it up for long enough, but the burst damage is way too much for the rally to actually counteract. You really need that beat. And a nice heads-up play from the Shock there, beating in. The payload's been moved quite a distance, mind you, but this should just be the cleanup. Nice double kill
Nice
from
shots, yeah.
Victoria's right click. But yeah, I will say, Matt, with the if the enemy Genji in the neutral is just out, Shock use the rally to push the cart forward. Now Boston Uprising jump on top of them with a rally of their own, but Proper with the blade in the back. MCD's the perma target if you're Proper right now, and he's doing an amazing job executing it. Boston Uprising, however, stalled out for a fair amount of time. Shock only had a minute coming into this second point, as they do end up capping, so you definitely could be happy with that if you're the boss.
And they know that's almost like a guaranteed fight win, right? Just get the card over the line.
Oh, Jesus. Wow. Proper and Kilo. That was... Alright. That was a fight. It happened, I think. Nice little boop. It doesn't quite get enough space before Mag touches the point, but it stops it in its tracks almost. It only managed to get Proper at the end of it. The SanFranciscoShock going to end this with a sound barrier, as the Uprising don't have any support ultimates to try and hold on to this point. Overtime though for Boston, not too shabby whatsoever.
Considering where we were at the end of point A, right, where they had
What they do best and just look at this. I mean, the damage even Violet's getting out is kind of insane. Someone look at him, maybe he's 20 HP. No, gets healed up with a pack.
Is he invisible?
That was, yeah. It felt like he had the Harry Potter invisibility cloak there for a second.
I'd also say, like, you know, as the Shock here, just going to spawn camping boss and get coming from the high ground here. Let's see if
Nice play.
Valentine can maybe change
Damage from Valentine there.
well.
He was slashing like 3 people with one left cloak. That was pretty nasty.
Proper
Now he just
Finn's
needs to
still
deal
alive
with
somehow.
Finn and Proper, but Proper is still alive. And by the way, Proper, yeah, he's still killing people, and they almost spawn
This time with this team into the lineup to play at that type of pace. It's going to take time to like get the decision making down with everybody else. So
yeah.
like this is just a really tough draw for the Boston Uprising in this match.
It really is, yeah. Ooh. Nice little tack knife on the top rise of high rise there. Nice, not bad.
Yeah,
it's,
I mean, they didn't get close to the point. They didn't get close to the point. I mean,
well, they touched at the very end. They touched, you know, just get a couple of fights here. When the Sigma comps were a thing, you would either take 2 fights, like fight on the first corner and then fight on the last, but a lot of teams just held on this last corner before this point. Oh, Victoria, 13 HP. Someone pack him, please. Oh, no, that's so unlucky.
I feel like this,
dude,
this map.
Look at him go.
I mean,
like, look at this guy go. Like 5 kills just like that. A blink of an eye pretty quick, especially with the Junker Queen commanding shout. 0.9 meters before he gets capped. Very early rally from Finn. Boston Uprising haven't really had the chance to build up ultimates, but you know, forcing that out, honestly, not the worst. You're going to have rally and beat for the next fight, even though Shock do end up capping.
You needed something. They play this.
Kilo popping the overclock. Victoria doing the same. There's the Rampage, but this time from the Uprising. It's going to be fairly decent. Hits both Kaluj and... What? Was he sliding away?
Oh, like in the middle of the... Wait, what?
That's just too good. Go on, Proper. 1v4, you won't? No, he won't. He's going to back off. That was the cinematics and Proper's game. There's the Blade. Mag in a lot of trouble. He's already gotten one. Commanding Shout gives that Blade so much extra speed. And you don't end up going down because of all the extra health. Shock end up capping at the second point. After, what was it, like a 1 minute and 30?
Look at this. I mean, probably like front line.
Yeah, I mean, why not? You got the Blade. They're too scared of you. Straight to the spawn. Thoughts. Oh, he gets taken out by a bash from MCD, but I mean, all the focus from the Uprising was on Proper as Kalush was just tearing them apart. The Boston Uprising lose their Genji, and now it's only Fate to touch the point. He's moving people away, doing a little bit of damage. MCD is going to come in, trying to whack people with his flail, but it's not enough. 1 minute and 10 for the Shock as they complete second.
It sounds crazy to say, like it's pretty much going to be a fight for that first checkpoint.
Ooh. Precision and control. Yeah, it's me about ult charge. Victoria sentences Kilo to death over and over again. Nice little kill onto Finn. The San Francisco Shock not expecting this aggression from the Boston Uprising. They do end up killing Mag, which is a big pick for San Francisco. But can they actually capitalize on it? There's a little to no frontline for the Boston Uprising. Victoria is going to pop that overclock as Kalush ends up going down. And in fact, the Boston Uprising speed running that first point. Okay.
It's a little bit like what I was saying.
Alive, and now even a rally from Finn. Valentine pops a blade of his own, does get booed back, but still holding on to that dash. Kilo hasn't got any mobility left, and he hasn't got legs either. The San Francisco Shock pushed far back, but Finn still manages to come up with a kill on MCD. A random flail from across the map ends the Break's life. I think this is defendable now if you're the San Francisco Shock. A good rampage from Mag, and Shock still managing to contest, but they're on their last limbs. Valentine picks up Proper off the back of the kill on Violet, and the Boston Uprising doing a fairly good job staggering their support ultimates and just waiting for the Shock to trickle onto the point. And they cap point B with 4 minutes and 30 to spare, Matt.
Boston Uprising there because Kalush had used the shout really early. Now he's going to go in around the corner with a Rampage, and that is a good one. Connects to 4 players, trying to grab Mag in. Going to take him out as that's going to be a fight win for the Shock.
Yeah, that was start out the fight, but you can see that overhealth's already disappeared. Valentine gets a nice 2-man dash and a kill onto Proper. Kalush is pretty low, and Mag with a nice bit of focus fire is going to help take him out. However, look at where the San Francisco Shock is still playing. They're going to start up that rally, and Violet and Finn are just booping people into the wall. I mean, you can take that any day of the week.
Using a sound barrier to get out of your spawn feels so terrible.
Does feel bad. As the Rampage, you're going to have to use that sound barrier right here, right now. Hits 5, and you see the Boston Uprising just trying to navigate themselves around the San Francisco Shock to get back to the payload. Faith and Kilo end up going down as MCD is closing in on this rally. A couple of packs and he might just get it, but not before the San Francisco Shock can dispatch with the rest of the Uprising. MCD gets the rally. Not in time, unfortunately, and the Boston Uprising end up going down. The San Francisco Shock starting out this weekend with a bang. 3-0, clean and convincing.
It's a dominant win for the Shock.